What's up, party people? It's Keys Dan with RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live in a living color from the Radio What studios. And this is my podcast, What Makes You Famous. It's an extension of the RadioWhat.com internet radio station that I've been running for quite some time. And if you need DJ services, where do I always send you? DJLittleRock.com. One more time, DJLittleRock.com. Check availability and get a free price quote, and maybe you could have me at your next event. You know I like to party with the people. The people need to be entertained. Are you not entertained? Let me entertain you. Speaking of entertainment, today on the program, Sherise D'souza, or just simply Sherise, is on the program. Oh, you know Sherise. Oh, yeah, she's out there in India. Oh, and yes, making music for the people all over the world. Sherise D'souza. You're going to get to hear a little bit about her story in the next few minutes. So stick around. This week's shows, let's see. Friday night, I will be at the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. My usual Friday night gig, the Video Dance Party Karaoke Jam. Yes, I said karaoke. You're the stars of the show on Friday nights at the Rab, 8 p.m. until 12:30 in the AM. They got a full bar, the kitchen's open, pool tables. They got a pool tournament on Friday nights. So if you want to try your hand at playing pool and possibly make some money while you're doing it, I encourage you to check out the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. And they got great food, too. Oh, they always send me home with a little plate of food. And so delicious. I like it. I like it so much. Come out to the Rab, Conway, Arkansas, Friday night from 8 p.m. until 12:30 in the AM. And then on Saturday, I have a wedding in Hot Springs, Arkansas, the famous Hot Springs, Arkansas, where they have those nice hot springs where you can sit and take a bath in the nice hot springs, put your little toes in the hot springs. It's so therapeutic, makes you feel good. But I'm going to have a wedding there. It's a great place for destination weddings. I mean, people from all over the country and even all over the world come to the Hot Springs, Arkansas to have their weddings and different functions, different events. Corporate building events happen out there. But I'm stoked that I have a wedding on Saturday. Hey, and unless you're invited, you cannot come. So why am I telling you about it? Because I'm excited. I get to do weddings. I still get to be a part of people's big days and set up the show and make sure that they have a good party and a good send-off for their weddings. I'm so stoked about that. Saturday. All right, party people, that's enough intro. Let's get into it with Sherise D'souza, or Sherise. I got her on Skype. So if you're listening to the audio version of this, I encourage you to check out the video version on my YouTube page, youtube.com/user/KeysDan. Skyping Sherise D'souza now.
Is it happening now?
Look at that face. Look at that. It's Sherise D'souza in the house. Oh, my goodness. This has been a long time coming. So excited. Yes, all over the globe, they are listening to you, Sherise D'souza. And why? Why? Because you appeal to the masses. You started off, 5 years ago, maybe, promoting yourself at least. You might have been singing a whole lot longer. We'll get into that. But you were doing country, and then pop, and then rock, and then jazz, and then there's no limit. There's no limit to what you do. You put your voice, your sweet voice, to whatever song is needed, is required. If somebody comes up to you and says, hey, can you sing this? You will go and probably practice it for a little bit and go, yes, I can sing that. Sherise D'souza, am I close? Am I close to where you are?
Absolutely. I mean, the introduction that you gave me just now, it just blew my socks off, and you nailed it. You nailed it. I mean, the kind of work that I do, it's exactly, I mean, I've been singing in all sorts of genres, and also my songs are of various genres such as rock, pop, jazz, blues. So I don't limit myself. And, they say, some people say that you need to have a specific voice, but I tailor my voice and my style to fit every possible music style, because I love all kinds of music, and I grew up listening to every form of music and appreciating the nuances of all these styles. So that's why I sing all different kinds of music.
Oh, you say Taylor, and I'm thinking of Taylor Swift. That is exactly where you are in that realm, to where if a record company, if a suit comes up to you and says, no, I need 2 country songs on this next album or we don't produce it, you will say, nay, I don't feel like singing country. I'm on the pop genre. I'm on the jazz. I'm on the rock. No, save that country for the next album. You will say nay to the record producers. Are you staying independent? Are you with a record company? I mean, tell the people who is a Sherise D'souza. We haven't even gotten there yet. Who are you and where are you from? And give me that top 2 paragraphs of your Wikipedia page if you had one.
Of course, I do have a profile that's on my website. That's www.sherisedesouza.com. So let me tell you who I am. So I'm just a girl who loves music, who started loving music at the age of 8 years old, and who used to sing a lot of gospel music in church. And she's been in a lot of choirs, and in my city, I've grown up studying a lot of Western classical music, and I did some opera training, and also did some exams, Trinity exams for Western classical vocals as well as rock and pop vocals. And by singing in groups of people, I realized that I have a soprano voice. But then I also experimented with singing on my own, and then I realized I went into a studio, and then one day I realized, bam, wow, I have such a loud voice. I didn't realize that I had such a deep voice until I heard myself in the studio and recorded myself, and then I said, let me just start recording songs. They may be covers, they may be originals, but I'll just record one song a week. And then that's how it all began. So I just started putting out, one video per month. And then people started appreciating the work that I did. And it gave me more confidence that I was going in the right direction. And so this happened like 10 years ago. And I used to go attend a lot of gigs in clubs in my city. So, and just to learn how bands, perform and their set list and stuff, to kind of learn the art. So finally, one day I ended up forming my own band, which is Sherise D'souza Collective. And we started doing shows in my city, and I started doing a lot of gigs. And one gig led to another, and that's how I became a live performer. And it was quite a successful thing, because I never knew I had these skills in me. But once I started doing it, it just came to me, and I just started practicing more and more. And it became better and better as I went along. And I'm thankful to all the friends who have guided me, throughout my career. And you told me what I was doing wrong, and that's where I grew from. And just having friends in the music industry just nurtured me and made me that much of a better artist. And that's what I have to say about my history. And also I've been enrolling myself in a lot of awards across the world, like the ISSA Awards and the Grammy Awards. And I've been submitting my songs for a lot of awards. And then, I was so happy to realize that, okay, my song has some weightage and it stands somewhere, in the, songs that is in the wall, and people actually appreciate it and they listen to it. And so that's what gives me satisfaction, like when you're a chef and someone enjoys your food, your cooking, you've done a good job. So similarly, as an artist, when you create a piece of music and people are responding to it, that gives me the utmost joy.
Oh, my goodness. Well, a lot of little girls and boys start off singing into their hairbrush in their bedrooms and think that, wow, maybe I can make a career out of this. Maybe I know how to sing. All they do is they sing to themselves and think that they have some kind of talent. You actually went to school to develop said talent. And yes, you say you have a certain registry, but you practice with different levels, different octaves. You've made yourself at a higher registry and a lower registry. You bend your voice into whatever song is necessary. Now, you did mention awards, and I always thought of the Grammy and the Oscar and the voting members. I thought it was like a secret society where, they would, we don't even know who the members are. We don't know who the votes are. This way, the artist cannot go to them and try to swing their votes. But you're not the first person on their bio to put, I'm a voting member of the Grammy. I thought that was a secret. Do people come up to you and say, hey, listen to my song and please vote for me because you are a Grammy.com member? Does that happen to you?
Yes, especially during the award season, I get multiple emails. My mailbox is flooded with like emails like listen to my song and please vote for it. And I'm so happy to receive those mails because I get to listen to so many different styles of music and I get to learn so much just because of the entries that come to me and the way they present it. And it's such a big learning experience just to be in the academy and it's amazing the amount that I'm learning. Also, I'm a mentor. I'm in the Grammy University, so the Grammy University Grammy U assigns me a student in the USA, and I mentor them over the mentorship program, and like whatever their needs are, whatever they need to learn, I kind of help them and get them to another level. So that's really fulfilling for me as well to also learn about the kind of challenges in the USA and how to tackle them as an artist, as a musician, and as a performer, and kind of help them. So because I've done everything on my own, I've never had a manager. But as of now, I've just recently signed up with a record label in Norway, which is Central Forlaget. So they're kind of, thank you so much. So they're just helping me with the production costs and the mixing costs. But the songs, I'm giving them the songs and I get a percentage of the payout for the songs. But yeah, it's a big burden off me financially because earlier I used to spend my own money on production and the video and even the mixing, mastering. And I'm so happy to say that I also had an opportunity to perform in Germany, in France, in Ireland. And the reason my voice is so versatile is because I've been singing in so many different languages. Number one, also because in the choir, we had to learn to sing different kinds of pieces, and we had to tailor our voice to suit the piece. So that's where my voice became flexible.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. I'm looking at all your videos, and I know you have versatility. And I was looking for videos that were in different languages. I mean, there might be some that are someplace else, but at least on your YouTube, it's mostly English language. I don't think I found one. But there, you're talking about getting together with a record label in Norway. I'm so happy that you did that because you can get to a certain level by yourself, but we need each other to get to that next level. It's nice to have a team to work on making songs, to writing songs, to arranging songs, to go into the record studio, and then you have to go to social media, promote those songs. And there's so much more, making photoshopping covers to the records, the music video. You can't shoot those by yourself, and you have video after video after video of I'm a child of the 80s. I'm a MTV era child. And this is back when they used to play music videos. Yes, MTV used to play music videos, my loyal listener. But you take the time. I love that era. I used to watch MTV every day. And, when I'm having lunch and listen to watch the amazing music videos, especially Madonna and Jamiroquai. I still love all the music videos, and that's where I got my inspiration from as well. And I've been doing all of it myself. As you said, you need a team. It's very true, and I'm so glad now I'm moving in that direction where I'm like going to be getting a bigger team and to help me with all of this stuff. Oh, you mentioned the great Madonna. Okay, I remember back in somewhere in the mid 80s where she was having an interview with MTV, and they asked her, Madonna, what do you want to do? Oh, I want to take over the world. And then she did. Musically, she took over the world. And this is because she changed herself, just like you, to where she changed her style, her voice, her attitude, She set trends. You are in that same ilk where you are setting trends according to the music that you're playing. If you're singing a rock song, you're dressed rock and roll. If you're singing a pop song, you are dressed pop, and you are not only fashion, but choreography, but singing, and you collaborate. There's one video, there's a couple of videos, the acapella videos. Those are the ones, they're like masterpieces. They're for me, it's like a video magic to where you not only sing the lead, but you sing all the harmonies, the different little bump, 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 bump. Oh my goodness. And how do you put all that together? Or is it a team that's helping you put that together? Sherise, I got to know.
That's a great question. I did have a production team that helped me put it together. And I did have, the videographers who kind of helped me with the shots. And I had a team with me to make those videos. And it was such a fun experience. And I love doing that. I'd love to do that for my originals as well. If I get more views, but if I don't get views, then I don't feel like putting out more, because it's a lot of investment in terms of time and money, and the team's time and money as well. So, an artist feels appreciated when the work they do is acknowledged. So, and definitely I love putting out new songs and all, but I just want people to acknowledge it at some level and say that, okay, and it's like improving their life, because the music that I put in is not for me, it's for them. And my music is all about empowerment. So bringing a positive change in people's lives. So that's my, life goal is as an artist, and my vision also to make the world a better place, kind of, empower people.
Oh, to be sure. Sherise, when I watch you singing your songs, when you're doing your videos, when you're singing live, there's joy. There's joy. Whatever you're singing, you're putting your whole heart into it. And, even, I don't know, the subject matter of some of the songs, can be depressing. And this is like a general thing, not certain ones that you've been singing, but sometimes you're singing about a song that has deep subject matter, and it can make you very sad. It can instill a certain feeling in you. But you have to give it your whole heart, and that is what you do. Now, the two videos that I'm talking about were Midnight Sky and Find Your Way Back. And I guess when you're doing those videos, say it's a 2-minute 44 song, 2-minute 44 second song, like Find Your Way Back. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different times. So 9 times 244 plus resetting for that particular song. Each one of those different beats is you're doing the whole song with that bump up bump in the background.
Yes, I had to do a lot of takes for that song, so that actually took a whole evening to shoot, and it was a lot of fun. I don't get stressed out or tired at all doing those kind of things. I love doing that. And I love the camera, basically. I've always loved the camera right from when I was a baby, and the camera loved me back. So I just made use of that in my music.
Oh, I'm glad you said that, because I was going to say, the camera loves you. Yes, the camera loves you. No, but it's not. You're a photogenic type person. You're a good person to have in the front. When people get off of their couches in front of their big screen TVs and they go out to a Sherise D'souza show, or simply Sherise. I know you're trying to get that brand going to where you could be one of the one names like Cher and Madonna. You could be one of the one name people. But Sherise D'souza is a beautiful name too. I could see doing both. But, that's another thing that I need to get into is branding. Well, you have to brand yourself. And I know that's something that's happened throughout history. People give themselves a brand and try to sell that item. Miracle Whip, Coca-Cola, you try to sell that you brand yourself. But, we have to do that on social media. Oh, it's frustrating sometimes. But, hey, we do it. It is what it is. You have to move with technology. But, going back, I know I'm meandering. I know I'm excited to talk to Sherise D'souza. But, we're talking about your performances. And you say you've been doing this since you were 8 years old. What were you doing at 8? Okay, you were in gospel music, which is where a lot of people start. And they get their taste. They get their chops, singing unto the Lord, if you will.
The soul. Yeah.
That's where you get that feeling, because gospel music, just like Christmas music, and I know you have a Christmas song out there as well.
Right.
Just like Christmas music, gospel music, nobody sounds bad singing it. Fight me on that. Fight me. No, when you sing a gospel song, when you sing a Christmas
nobody
song,
can sound bad singing gospel because it's all about praise. I mean, it's all about worship. It's all about being genuine and being appreciative of your life. So there's no wrong way to sing a gospel song.
What's your favorite gospel song?
Amazing Grace, Shout to the Lord.
I like I'll Fly Away. I'll fly away. Only because of I had a rekindled love for that song with the movie Oh Brother Where Art Thou, because Gillian Welch and friends did a really good version of it. But that's what music does. It gives you that feeling. It sets you off. If you're having a bad day or a hard work week, and you come out to a Sherise D'souza show, you're going to change that feeling. You're going to make them feel better. They're going to give them something to think about, that the whole world is not bad. And I know that you have songs of peace, and you have songs that promote peace, just like like a Miss America, world peace, a Miss Universe, world peace. But you are actually talking the talk. People walk the walk, and you're talking the talk, and you're singing the song. Tell me about peace. Tell me about that song.
Yeah. So I talk from experience, and as you said, every song of mine is about social change. I've written songs about the Me Too movement. I've written also songs about the going in depression and coming out of depression. Especially during the COVID time, the song Never Born is all about the kind of calamities that happen in the world during the years 2020, 2021, and the deaths and the people feeling miserable about their life and how they come out of that tunnel into the light. So Never Born was about that. Step Ladder is about corporate life. I mean, corporate struggles, climbing up the corporate ladder and knowing that there's somebody at the top already controlling the ladder, and you just have to they favor certain people, so those people are going to win. But the people who are not favored, they might not win. So that song is all about climbing the corporate ladder. It's called Step Ladder. There's another song called On the Dance Floor. It's all about the love for dance and positivity, like how dance changes the state of a person. Like when he's sitting down versus when he gets up to dance. He feels completely different. Like when you're sitting and you're observing and you're in that thinking mind, analyzing, and you're watching and you're observing. But when you get off from where you're sitting and you start dancing, whatever dance you want to do, I mean, you just feel so different. You feel alive. You feel free. So that song was about that. And I also wrote a song called Baby Girl, which is about the struggles that women go through, and it's also about finding your inner child, and at whatever age you are, and going back to your inner child and your creativity that you have. And so that song is about that. And now recently I released two love songs. One is called You Get Me. It is about how two people in a relationship understand each other. And there's just one person in life who gets you like nobody else. And if you're with that person, you've won the jackpot. And so it's called You Get Me. And the other song is called, which I just released in May. It is on 5th of May, 2023. It's called Little Bird, Your Little Bird. And it's just comparing love to a very gentle soul of that of a bird, which is very delicate. And so it's just says that, okay, I just want to be your little bird that is delicate and wants to be with you. And I don't know what to do when you ignore me, but I still love you. I'm still your little bird. So that song is about that.
See, now you're giving me visions of Bono and U2, where they can sing a song called Pride in the Name of Love about Martin Luther King and the struggles of civil rights. But then on the other hand, they could sing It's a Beautiful Day and just make you feel good. It doesn't have to have all that, some people want to go to a movie and be taught something, learn something, go to Schindler's List and go learn something. Or they want to go watch this crazy cornball comedy and just laugh and just have a good time and just feel good. And you're giving them those songs that give them that sense of purpose, that meaning, the social commentary for today. And then you're giving them other songs that just have a good time. Get on the dance floor and shake your body a little bit. But I'm looking, all right, and I'm thinking if I go to a Sherise D'souza concert, and I encourage my loyal listener, if you're in the area, go to a Sherise D'souza concert. But if I go, you're going to give them a few covers to suck them in. Hey, here's a few covers. Here's some stuff that you already heard. Now I'm going to throw an original in there. Bam. And that one is just as good. Hey, meet me over at the merch table. Buy a CD from me. Get a T-shirt. Is a concert of yours going to be mostly covers and a few originals, or 50-50 or 80-20? Where do you fit right now on that kind of a set list?
So I have done different kinds of concerts. So one where I needed to do only covers. But as you said, I have thrown in one or two originals, and I've told them about my original music, and they told me that it actually sounds better than the covers. And there are some concerts which I did where I did only original set list, where I have some of those videos as well on my Instagram and YouTube, where I had to sing only originals. And those are the kind of concerts where independent artists are promoted. And also there are some in India, it's very strict, to buy the licenses for covers. So in cases like a fashion show or a big event where they cannot obtain the license, so then it becomes more feasible for us to do original music, because there is no licensing issues and stuff. Especially for Bollywood music, you need to purchase a very expensive license companies, in India. And I do, depending on the requirement, I tailor my set list, and that's how all my shows have been successful till date. And I keep getting return requests from clients to do shows for them. And I just look at the crowd, and I make my set list on the spot most of the time.
When I was living in South Florida, I had the opportunity to play at Indian weddings, and I love the Bollywood music, and I love the feeling when Indians are dancing to the Bollywood music. What is this hand movement? It's always like a little twist. Yeah, like you're turning a knob above you. Maybe there's a shower knob that you need to turn so you get the pressure a little bit better. But you make that move. Is there a significance to that move?
Yeah, it's like balle balle. It's a Punjabi move. It's from the state of Punjab in India. Punjabi music is really caught on in the West, and some of the biggest artists in India who made it international are Punjabi artists, Punjabi rappers. And yes, so this step is for Punjabi music. Yeah.
I love it. I love culture from all over the world. Yes. Say you travel all over the world. A lot of times the culture, the first touchstones is the music. Is the food. You go to a restaurant, you have a meal that brings a lot of people together. Then the music. Okay, what is the music of this culture? And then the dance. The movement. How do people move in this culture? Is it different from other cultures? And I just that movement. It's always struck me, especially when I've had the opportunity to DJ for Indian functions, and in particular that one wedding in Miami. I remember it after all these years. It's probably going on more than 10 years ago that I did this wedding. And I remember it was long. It was a long wedding. They were going from the morning and then I got there in the afternoon, and they went way into the evening. It was late, so it's like an Indian wedding goes for hours and hours and hours. But hey, I don't even know if you're married or even betrothed or anything. But Sherise D'souza, the people want to know. Tell what you want.
Oh, I'll just tell you the honest truth. I mean, right now I'm just focused on my music, and it's been a great journey. Like just giving all my heart and soul into my music. It's been a very rewarding journey as well, because the audience have always given me the love that I wanted, and the relationship that I have with music, it's pure, and it comes from my soul, and hopefully one day I find a soulmate who can equate that. But till then, music is my soulmate for now.
Yeah, being a touring artist is hard on a relationship anyway. Yeah. So somebody, whoever that you decide to get involved with, needs to understand that you're going to go to Germany, you're going to go to Ireland, you're going to go possibly the United States. Please. No, you're possibly.
Yes, of course, I would love to. I really would love to come to the USA. And this time I had to, come to Atlanta because I am a finalist in the ISSA Awards in 4 categories. So but I just need the visa, and the visa really takes long. The USA visa takes the longest. So once I get through that barrier, and there's nothing stopping me from playing in the US. So I hope they make certain exceptions for artists so that we can perform there.
Well, Sherise D'souza, yes, you're talking about awards. Not only are you a voting member of the Grammys, but you're also involved with the ISSA Awards. Tell me about that. I know that's for like independent artists, but tell me what your experience with the ISSA is.
So it all started with this really great, the head of ISSA is Tammany Dove. And she approached me one day and said that, I have these awards. It's like 2 years ago when she approached me, and she said, we have these awards. And she says, why don't you apply? It's free. And I've seen every other awards on the internet. Every award asks you to pay some money to enter your song. So, but in the case of ISSA, everything is completely free. So that's the reason why so many members from all over the world have signed up. They have more than 16,000 members, members who have part of the ISSA. And to have my song come in the top 5 out of 16,000, it's a big, very, very big deal for me. And last year, I actually won Entertainer of the Year, and I couldn't believe it. I actually have the ISSA crystal in my house, and it was an unbelievable moment for me. And to have my performances valued, it just makes a huge difference to my approach to my next show. I mean, like winning an award, it gives me that much more confidence that I am actually doing the right thing and I'm in the right direction.
Yeah, Sherise D'souza.
I'm just thankful. Yeah,
it's nice.
Thankful to Tammany Dove for doing so much for artists all over the world, allowing them to enter for free and giving so many opportunities to artists all over the world just for free. I mean, putting your songs on a radio. They give you a list catalog of all the radios where you can send your song. They give you a whole directory of producers, a whole directory of people you can collaborate with, and it's like become like a family. And then they invite you to the ISSA Awards in Atlanta, and it's almost like the Grammys, and it's getting better and better year by year. So it's like the Josies, and we have so many awards. I mean, I still have to enter the Josies. I've not entered yet, but I'm also part of Lazy Indie magazine, which is based in India, which features artists from all over the world, also for free. So I'm an editor. I'm in the editorial team. I kind of edit the articles for the magazine, and they release an issue every month. They feature new music. They interview artists, and I'm also part of the panel that interviews artists. So I'm getting to learn so much from people who do so much for the music fraternity for independent artists. And everybody, as you said, everybody's helping each other, and it's so nice to see that. I mean, like people helping each other grow. And it's only by doing something for somebody else that, you get blessings, and, you can grow and you have somebody else grow as well. And I'm totally for that idea and that ideology. And coming back to the Josie, so the team that I'm in, the Lazy Indie magazine, we are nominated for Josie Awards for people who make a difference in the music industry. So hopefully our team wins in that this time.
Sherise, once you get to a certain level, you want to help the next generation. That's what you're doing. But you're not only involved with the ISSA, but also the Josies. I know I've talked to a few people that are involved with that. People, a lot of artists that I've talked to on this podcast have said, I don't do it for the money. I don't do it for the recognition. But it's nice to be recognized. Once you get recognized, hopefully you get some monetary compensation down the line so you can keep living and keep doing this thing that inspires other people. You get inspired to inspire others, and that's fantastic. Now, you mentioned you're in a magazine. That's the one thing that I didn't know about. What's the name of the magazine, and spell it, because I don't think I'm hearing it right.
It's called Lazy Indie Magazine. It's LAZIE, Lazy Indie Magazine. It is spearheaded by Jay. He's also from Bangalore in India. And I can get you in touch with him if you are interested in talking to him as well, because he's all about promoting independent artists all over the world, and his magazine. And he also organizes a lot of concerts, and he called down a lot of artists from abroad. He organized a concert in India, and he called down artists from Papua New Guinea, from the USA. It just happened last year, and I was part of it as well. He organized a really, really big concert, and then it also involved the government of Kerala. So it was a very huge deal. So he, for the first time, it was a stage created by independent artists for independent artists. We said we don't want to, depend on these, big organizations to give us a stage. We will make our own stage, and that's exactly what he did. He had a vision, and he just created a stage for simple independent artists like us who don't have the backing of a big record label, and that's what he did. So
Sherise, people helping people. Yeah. And you're not only doing all the stuff that you're doing, but you're also trying, you want to become a booking agent for me and get me in touch with this guy? No problem. I'm happy to have you.
For sure, absolutely.
No, this is, that's what we're supposed to be doing in this world, is helping each other out. Once you take care of yourself, you start taking care of the people around you, mostly your family and your friends, and then your community, and then you make concentric circles going outward as is possible, whatever your financial ability. And you were talking earlier about the people, the conspiracy is the pentaveret. There's 5 people at the top of the monetary system that are trickling down to all the rest of us. That was it, the 1% of the 1% of the 1%. And you're talking about that song that helps you climb that ladder. Can we climb this ladder? I don't know. Is there a ladder to climb? Has that ladder been pulled up by those top people? I hope not. I'll build my own ladder. I got good hands. I got to get up there. But, hey, as long as we live comfortably, as long as we have, food on our plates and roof over our heads, how much do you need? What more do you need? But, how do you live, Sherise? How do you feel?
Exactly. I mean, it's at this day and age, it's very difficult to, just have music as your bread and butter, and because it's like a gamble. Like sometimes you win, and sometimes it when it rains it pours. But sometimes there's a famine and there's drought, and you don't have shows. For example, when there was COVID, there was no shows. So in that time, I relied on my education, and I kind of did jobs in writing, and I'm also a writer. I create training programs as well. I've done my diploma in instructional design. And also, I've done my bachelor's in information technology and computers. So I have I'm very good at software. So whenever there's no music work, I do stuff like that, and that helps me also to fund my music projects. And whatever money I get from music, it goes back into creating new music. So it's all whatever comes out. I mean, goes back in, as you said. And if you have more money, and then you create better art. So. And in this day and age, it's all about quality, because there's a lot of songs coming out every day. Quantities, every day there are so many songs coming out, and you've got to stand out. It's become that much harder to stand out now compared to earlier. but there are people who are doing it independently, and they are hitting the right notes and striking the right chords and becoming viral. So it's all about making your song viral, and once that happens, then you're sorted. Even one of your songs becomes viral, then you're a hit. So, and it's also, if you get a chance to be in a movie and your voice is in the soundtrack for a movie or a serial, then that also makes a difference. You have people coming back and listening to you because they have listening to your original songs because they've heard you in a feature film or on a Netflix series. So they come back and listen to your originals as well.
Wow, Sherise, you are a smart cookie, and you're giving people gems. This is primarily a learning podcast, and people are learning from you. Have you put your song bid into movies? I think there's this is not sponsored by Sync or anything, but I think that's the one that I've heard that artists put their music or submit their music to Sync to see if they can get involved with other creative projects such as movies or television shows or what have you. Have you put your name into that?
Yeah, I do. I actually used to rely on Reverb Nation a lot, but now I've started looking at other websites also, which, but you've got to pay for every entry. So then again, you've got to make some smart choices on where you put your money, which song you promote, and, and you have to see the vibe of what your song is versus the new movie, and if it actually is a good fit. So you've got to do a lot of thinking in that. So there's a vast library out there of places where I can put my money for promoting my songs. I've just got to put it into the right places,
Absolutely.
For promotion. Yeah.
Well, I mean, last night you were talking about this as well, is that some of your money goes back into the business. I was getting paid last night for a gig that I just did. As she was handing me the check, she said, "Oh, here's your money. Good job." And I said, well, in the music business, if you make $1, 99 cents goes back into the business. You got to get new microphones, new speakers, a new outfit, even, record producing, video production, get studio time. Oh my goodness, there's just so much. But
so much.
You have a team. You have a record company that's maybe helping you out with that, but they haven't been helping you all along. I want to talk about the people that have helped you along the way. Your music videos are top notch. There's a lot of production to these music videos. Some people will put a music video out and it's them in a parking lot pretending to play their instruments, but you're telling a story. My favorite music videos are the ones that tell a story within the song, even if the song has nothing to do with the story. You're telling a love story, you're telling a battle story, you're telling a story about building a house. I mean, who's helping you with these music videos? I mean, since 5 years ago, helping you out.
Thank you for that question. It's just been so many people who have been approaching creative people, especially students who are learning video editing and stuff, and who are passionate, and they have the same vision as me. So I always love to work with people who have a similar vision as me, because then I don't have to explain that much. So they can visualize what I'm saying. And when I find that, then it's just magic, And I've been privileged to work with some amazing minds who are also super professional. And I also mentioned all the credits in my videos. I put them and also promote them. If I get a newspaper, if a newspaper promotes me, I also speak about them. Some of them has been Kalol Ghosh, who has been my producer for a lot of songs. He also produced Little Bird and Divided. So if I like the way that they work, I keep working with them, or I try out some new talents also.
Sherise D'souza. So I want to talk about I want to take a quick shift and talk about your exercise regimen. As I was watching the music video for Believer, and it looks like you have martial arts, boxing. What do you do for exercise to keep yourself in shape? Is it martial arts? Is it because you have flexibility? You were doing kicks, you were doing punches. Tell me about your exercise regimen.
Yeah, I actually have a very strong body. I've been blessed with a body that has been. I've been into like athletics. I've been into martial arts right from my childhood. And swimming. So because I have such a sturdy, strong, back and like legs as well. So I could do a lot of these exercises, gymnastics as well. So I just make use of whatever gifts God has given me. Like my life's motto has been just to, utilize the gifts that God has given me to the maximum. So, if He's given me a strong body, I should, utilize it. I should also exercise it and keep it fit. So that and believer, I just, you're right. I did showcase some of that in that video, and I was happy I could tell my story in the video through that video about fighting back against people who bully you and stuff. So it's all about that.
Well, that could be a whole nother avenue is as you teaching martial arts while you're singing your songs, but I can see that, and once an artist gets to a certain level, other mediums start to look at you. And you mentioned Bollywood. Am I ever going to see Sherise D'souza on the big screen or maybe even the small screen? Have you considered taking your fame and parlaying it into a movie career or a television career? Have you been that avenue?
I would love to. I mean, I was just looking at The Weeknd. The Weeknd is such an inspiration to me because not only is he the number one in the world on Spotify, his streaming numbers, he's also now branched out into becoming an awesome actor. He's got a series coming out and he's going to drop The Weeknd, and he's just going to be Abel Tasfaye. I mean, the next music that we hear from him will not have Weeknd, will be Abel Tasfaye. So, I that really inspires me also to one day get into movies as well. And hopefully I get noticed and I get picked up, and whenever that happens, I'm just going to grab that opportunity and do my best and, extract and squeeze the most out of that opportunity and give my best at it. So hopefully that happens soon.
Yeah, I know that you're going to give it your all. Yeah. If somebody says, hey, I like your look, I like your style, I want to put you in my movie, you're not only going to say agree to said movie, but you're going to do whatever training, whatever schooling it takes to make you the best you can be. That is what you do. You not only sang, and I know I've already said this, you not only sang into your hairbrush in front of your mirror when you were a little girl, you went and you honed that ability. You went to school, you took vocal lessons, you found out what range you could be in, how many octaves you can fit in comfortably. I'm sure you'll do that if you go into acting and writing. My goodness, that's another facet. I mean, you're writing for the magazine, the Lazy Indie magazine, but are you doing, what other writings are you doing? Besides music, of course, you're writing your own songs. That's a magical feat in itself. But are you writing books or children's books, or are you writing articles for other places? Where can we find your writing?
Oh, that's a great question. I also released my own book. It's a book of poetry. It's all about life experiences. It's called Directions, Dimensions, Dexterity. And it's available on Amazon and Flipkart. So I love writing poetry. So I've been writing it since past 10 years. And that's where my songwriting branched from. And this year I'm planning on releasing the second book as well. And apart from writing a book, I also am writing for training, corporate trainings. I also write for teaching people how to, soft skills, how to be confident. I write a lot of training material, even vocal coaching material. So I'm into instructional design. So telling explaining any subject. So basically, if I'm given a subject to explain any subject, maybe finance, it may be sales, or it may be even airplanes for that matter. Studying about an airplane, parts of an airplane. So basically, I go through the subject matter. I kind of simplify it and make it easier for people to understand. So I love that field as well because there's so much to learn, and I learn about different things every day.
Yeah,
So,
people have to know anything that's written has to be written by somebody. I mean, I know nowadays the AI will be taking over and they'll be doing all the writing for us. Thank you, my AI overlord, for writing all of my my essays for me now. No, but somebody has to write those training manuals, and you're teaching people through the training manuals as well. Textbooks, they have to be written. And Sherise D'souza, you're going to be part of that. You're going to be part of teaching the next generation, teaching the next people. And you're a young person on your own. How did you develop all this life skill at such a young age? My goodness. But, you have a thirst for knowledge. And once you have that knowledge in your head, you want to impart it to other people. You want to tell people about it. And you're telling people a little bit about it right here. We're just scratching the surface of Sherise D'souza. Oh, my goodness. Are you open to collaborations? If people slide into your DMs, business only. If people slide into your DMs, to say, hey, I'd like to sing a song with you. I'd like to perform on stage with you. Are you open to that?
absolutely. I'd love to give people opportunities and open up avenues for them. And so when you collaborate with new people, there's a different magic that happens. And basically, there's a lot of, they could learn from me and a lot that I could learn from them as well. So absolutely, would love to collaborate and make music with a lot of different people. And basically, the more songs out there, the more we will, get listened to. Yeah, that's how it works nowadays. And with regards to AI, I mean, I would say that there's the human touch, and everybody has a different DNA in them, and God is, it's very unique. Person's DNA is so unique, and everything that we do comes from that DNA. Now, what is missing in AI? AI is something that is very something that doesn't have a soul. And whatever the AI develops, it won't be as pure as something that a human has written, because it's coming from that person's DNA, which is been given by God, and that spirituality is lost in something that is AI generated. So that's what I have to say about that.
Well, I mean, that's been the goal for humans, or some humans, for thousands and thousands of years, is to create themselves, to become God, and create an image of themselves like they were gods, to become a god. Oh my goodness. But yes, I've delved into that little chat GPT because I was curious, and I said, hey, write me an essay about this. And then it wrote me an essay about that. And with a few tweaks here and there, my own little touches, it was perfectly fine. Oh my goodness.
But you still had to touch it, right? You still had to give your human touch to it.
Yeah. A little bit.
It's never. So, but then, I mean, the thing about AI is that maybe if we educate it enough, it might even rule over us one day. And we don't want that to happen.
Well, I mean, you as a creator,
we are educating it.
There's some people that have embraced it. There's some songwriters that have said, hey, write me a song in the style of this person. And boom, the style, it's written in verse, already laid out. All they have to do is put their voice to it. And now that there's a deep fake, and these are all avenues that you have to wade through. These are the waters, the treacherous waters that you have to swim through as an artist. Is, they can take your face, they can take your voice, they can take your style and make their own thing. Oh my goodness. Don't erase Sherise D'souza. Don't erase her. We need her in the world.
So true. It's I mean, ultimately, I mean, humans have to decide what they want. Everybody has, the question, what do you want? It's so relevant right now. I mean, if you're clear about what you want, then you can make the life that you want, and you can help other people. If you want something bad to happen, then it's going to cause a bad thing for everybody. But if you want something good to happen, the good will also cascade. So. Yeah, and everybody should want good for each other, and that's how that even it rolls back to the Bible. Says that love your neighbor as yourself. If you love yourself, if you want good for yourself, and you want good for your neighbor, that's all that we need to have in life. The good intentions.
Sherise D'souza, I'm with you. I'm of the belief that most people in this great, big, wide world of ours are good. Most people want good things for each other. You know, we take care of our families. We take care of ourselves. We take care of our friends. We take care of people. And you know, that's most people. There's only the few, what is it? They call them bad apples. You know, the few that are looking to rule the world and be, you know, despots and monarchs and dictators. You know, just love each other, live in love. Come on, listen to a Sherise D'souza song and just feel the love. All right, as we wind, as we wind this thing down, I know I've taken some time from you, and like I said, we've only scratched the surface of Sherise D'souza. You know, putting that good music out there. I'm going to put all the links to your show in the show notes for sure. SheriseD'souza.com above all to find out, you know, more about you and to keep up with you, and your social media as well will all be in the show notes. But tell people, you know, what do you want them to talk to you about when they get a hold of you on the social medias and the like?
I would love for them to explore my music, and I would love for them to tell me what they would love to hear from me next, because I'm in the process of recording an album, and because I have a contract with the Norwegian record label. So I would love for them to tell me what kind of music they want from me, and as I would definitely create the kind of music they want to listen to. And please keep checking out my music, playing my music, and that's how, you know, we get paid by the streams. So please tell your friends as well to listen to our songs, and if you like it. And this is the way, you know, organically we can grow, and we can get more followers organically without having to, you know, spend money to push our songs. So we all want organic growth. So that's what.
Oh, Sherise D'souza, don't even get me started on streaming and the little bit of money that you get paid for each stream. The tiny, minuscule fraction of a penny per stream, fractions of. Oh, it's crazy. But you know, buy some merch. You know, get a hat or a bumper sticker from Sherise D'souza. Hopefully you have some of those, and maybe buy a CD. That's where you actually make a couple of bucks, and you can possibly pay your rent. I think we're winding this down just in time, because I hear people in the background that want Sherise D'souza's attention. I've taken too much attention. You know, it's time to start continue with the rest of your day. I want you to give shout outs to people that have helped you along the way, and then we'll close this thing up.
I would love to thank Lima Yanger. He's one of the people who have been helping me to produce one of my songs, which is Shine On. So please go and listen to Shine On, which is on Spotify. And I would love to thank all the other producers who have worked with me. And I would love to thank Central Pelagic Records, who I'm working with right now for my album. I've just released the first song of my album, which is Your Little Bird, which is now available on all streaming platforms. So please check it out. It's already 20,000 streams. 1 week into releasing, I've already got 20,000 streams of that song. So do check it out. It's a kind of dance number. And I also would like to thank Keys Dan for this amazing interview that we had, and I learned so much from him. And I'd love to thank Jay for having me on the magazine, and for allowing me to help so many independent artists, and my parents as well, who have been pushing me all throughout my career, my life, and they know all the struggles I've gone through. And basically everybody who's been there for me, I just want to thank all of them, even the ISSA Awards, the Grammy Awards as well. Thank you.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I don't want this to be the last time that we talk. As time progresses, as more things come out, when you have new albums, new shows to promote, I want you to come back and talk about those things. I usually finish these things off with last words for the people. This could be words to live by, something you heard a long time ago. Maybe somebody told you, maybe a mantra that you wake up with every morning, or just whatever pops into your head at this moment in time. Sherise D'souza, give the last words for the people.
Stay strong, be simple, stay sexy.
Well, there you have it, party people. The lovely Sherise D'souza. I like that at the end of her last words for the people. Stay sexy. Always feel good about yourself. When you look in the mirror, be happy with the person that's looking back at you. All right? Get inspiration from Sherise D'souza songs and her writings as well. Get inspiration. Do good in the world. Do good for the people. Social commentary. She's got a lot of that in there. Thank you, Sherise D'souza, for being a part of the What Makes You Famous podcast. I appreciate that so much, and I look forward to hearing more from you in the near future and in the distant future, if I may be so bold to live out so many, many more years listening to your music and reading your words. I appreciate that. And possibly seeing you on the big screen or the small screen. Somebody put Sherise D'souza in a movie. She deserves it. She deserves it, I tell you. All right, party people, that's it for this edition of What Makes You Famous. Thanks again, Sherise D'souza, for being on the program and giving me a little chit-chat. Now, if you, yes, my loyal listener, I'm turning my attention to you. If you would like to tell your story, I encourage you to give me a call, 501-470-6386, or email keysdan@aol.com. That's it for me. It's keysdan, radiowhat.com, djlittlerock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.